What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the StayWeighedIn YouTube channel. Today's a Sunday, which means one thing and one thing only. It is the StayWeighedIn podcast episode. Normally I'm joined with my man Sugar Ray, but he's unable to make it, so I'm running solo. Before we get into yesterday's boxing action, if you are enjoying the content, you know what to do. Drop us a like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hit the notification bell, subscribe, all that good stuff. We have now hit 500 subs, means we've got community page, so get involved in that as well. Get involved in the community tabs, all that good stuff. But with that being said, like I said, yesterday was a weird day. There was the good, the bad, and like I said, the weird. And I want to start off with the good, and that was Sky Sports boxer Richard Riakporhe beating Fabio Turchi in an IBF Cruiserweight eliminator fight. And the fight itself showcased two things to me. One, it kind of showcased to me, what is kind of impressive about Riakporhe is the fact that he's got power and everything, both hands. The actual shot that caught Turchi was just a light graze on the body, and he went down, and at that point, it was kind of game, set, and match. It was done. And I think, for me, I think this particular fight, they went in with the idea that we'll get a few rounds in Riakporhe and then we can showcase just a little bit more. But it turned out to be the complete opposite. It was within 2 rounds, the fight was done. Now, what's impressive about this is the fact that, like I said, it wasn't meant to go this way. So going forward, in the post-fight interview, there was the generic talk about what is meant to happen now. Riakporhe's at a point where you look at him and you think, okay, is the next shot for a world title? And I think if we watch the fight, you saw Ben Shalom. He was quite excited about that. First, it was his first signing. And secondly, what's the future held for him? It was all out there. I think the idea is to have a world title shot very soon. The only thing I think is they might schedule another fight in between that. But I think what's impressive is the activity. They're not shying away from everybody. The fact that Riakporhe's in your face, he's on Sky, he's building that that fan base naturally outside of Crystal Palace. And I think it's getting more and more people excited to watch him. And I think Ben Shalom kind of alluded to the fact that for the route of one more fight, and then look to put him in a major title fight. At the moment, in terms of ranking from the top of my head, I can't fully remember where he sits with all individual boards. But I do think what's going to happen is we are going to get probably one more fight, and then we're looking at a title fight, which I think is perfect the way it's gone. I can't really fault them for the way they promoted Riakporhe, the way he's trained and everything in all that good stuff. I think in terms of trajectory for somebody, this is the perfect way to go about doing it. And it looks like he's all set for the natural progression that we see a lot of fighters go through who do get, I guess, that potential push. It would be interesting. I always say this, considering what we saw just recently with the whole Ben Shalom video, if you've seen it, where he says, don't talk to me about Joshua, don't talk to me about this, then Eddie Hearn mocking it a little bit. I would like to kind of see that Okolie fight, which I think if the pathways work out well, it may well be a unified fight rather than the first title fight for Riakporhe. But yeah, Saturday started off pretty well. And then we get to what I'm going to call halfway point: the good, the bad, and the weird. The full 3 hit here, and that was Daniel Dubois. Now, if you know about Dubois, you know that since the Joyce fight, the stock slowly fell off. He's had, I think, his fights have kind of been abroad, not in the UK, but he was actually fighting on a Don King card. Yes, that's right, I said it. In 2022, we have Don King still doing his promotional work. So to start with, that's the weird part. I personally don't see why Don King is doing what he's doing. Some people just need to realize that it's time to put aside their love for what they're doing. Just enjoy themselves. At 90 years old, you don't need to be promoting fights or doing anything. And then the bad. the venue itself. It was exactly it couldn't have been worse. It was a bingo hole. There's if you just literally Google Daniel Dubois pictures and stuff on Twitter or anything, you can see the shots, and it is genuinely looks like it's a 500 people at a casino, and honestly, it doesn't do justice for, I guess, in some capacity, what the value of the fight was. And I'm just hoping now that going forward we don't see these type of things, because I think, like I said, it diminishes what the fight value is. And then the good points: Dubois beat Trevor Bryan to win the WBA regular heavyweight title, making him the mandatory in some capacity for the winner out of Usyk and Joshua for the super title. Now, with this particular fight, like I said, what was online, Dubois won in the fourth round, and to be honest, Trevor Bryan didn't do much at all in this fight. It was kind of, especially with the first round, if you saw it, he was just standing there and Dubois was just teeing off a little bit, nothing too vicious. As the fight got on, I think it was the third round, it was one-sided again, knocked him down, and then did the stuff in the fourth. Now, this particular fight itself, like I said, for what it was meant to be, or as in what it represented, I just think that it's just done badly. Now, I don't want to see any more bingo hall fights. I'm sorry, I can't do that. If you want, please don't put them on BT Sport. Don't put them in front of my eyes. I don't want to see Don King doing anything more. And Daniel Dubois, it looks like his career is back on track. So if it is, let's do it properly now. Let's not make boxing a bit more of a joke than sometimes people laugh at it to be. Okay, let's do this properly. Daniel Dubois, he's in a very good position. They called out Dillian Whyte post fight. I don't know if that's going to happen, but if and when his next fight occurs, needs to be here in the UK. There looks like it could actually be, I believe it's Hugh Michael Hunter, the winner of that, could fight him, which again, good fight. Happy with that. Let's do it here in the UK, because I feel like post George Joyce, it's not been there for Dubois. Like, he's been fighting, but he's been fighting where the light's not been on him and stuff. And now I think, again, we can pick up that momentum. We can go ahead, get all that good stuff in, and he can go ahead and push to get into a better spot for himself. The only problem, like I said, is I believe that there's always a hierarchy in boxing. At the moment, the top is a bit too strong, in my personal opinion, in terms of heavyweight boxing. So, secondly, you've got that little gap, and I think where Dubois falls is in terms of the hierarchy: high end third, lower end second tier. And I think now is where you kind of have to push into that middle second tier position. If you were to give me the top four, again, it's kind of self-explanatory, regardless, even if he's not retired, not Fury, Wilder, Usyk, and Joshua. I believe they're the top four. They are the staple guys in the heavyweight division. Then below that, you've got the second rank guys. Now, with Dubois' call out, or his promoter's call out of Dillian Whyte, that's a fight, British. You can headline a venue here. So I think that's one potential. Like I said, the second potential could easily be the winner of Hunter and Fury. So there's avenues there, but with them avenues, we can't do them on Don King promotion anymore. But that's going to be today's episode wrapped up. As always, guys, we want to hear your guys' views in all of this. What did you make of Saturday night's boxing card? Did you think there was good? Do you think there was a bad? Do you think there was a bit of weird as well? Was it a bit of all three as well? Let us know your opinions as well. Let us know your opinions on British boxing as well. Are we in a good position? Is there certain things we can improve in each of the divisions? Like, share, subscribe, you know, all that good stuff. Tell a friend to tell a friend, as always. Follow us on all the socials. Get involved with community posts as well that we will be getting out on the YouTube page as well. And as always, guys, stay weighted.